everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. I just need to quickly put my hair up. So today I'm doing my own nails because even though it doesn't seem like it's been that long, I mean it hasn't really, it's only been like what day is it today? Friday. So it's actually been 2 weeks yesterday, so 2 weeks and a day, which is actually pretty good for me because I don't usually leave them that long. But yeah, my nails do need doing. To be fair, they look really good apart from like all the dry skin and stuff like that. The nails themselves still look okay, which is a shock because they're usually all rounded off, or you know, there's usually all sorts of different things going on with my nails by this point. But I've still got all of my stamping still on, and I've not reshaped them by accident or anything like that, so that's good. I just want to point something else. I've just been to Starbucks to get this, which is a white iced mocha, and I just find it really bizarre that in like the iced latte drinks, like not the frappuccinos, like the thin ones, that they put cream in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love cream, like I have nothing against cream at all, but I just find it really weird. Is it just me? I don't know. Obviously it is just me because they wouldn't. Let me just give it a stir and see if it makes it any less gross. So yeah, obviously it's just me that finds it weird, because, or just a minority of people, because they wouldn't automatically put the cream on top. Like, it didn't ask me if I wanted it or not, and I didn't assume it would come with it because I thought it was really weird to do that. Like, I get it on a frappuccino because it's like, it's a thick drink, but on a thin drink I just find it really weird. Okay, anyway, irrelevant. So I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing with my nails, but I'm in two minds about whether to take these off completely and see what my natural nails look like underneath, and then if my natural nails are not in a fit state to just have some builder gel on and be painted, I will use some full-on tips, and if they are in a state to be painted, then I will just get away with hopefully doing a layer of builder gel on my own. My nails are not quite as long as the... Well, I don't think they are. I'm not sure. I think that one's definitely not. There's a corner missing there. But yeah, I do want to take them down anyway, because I am getting into having like really short square. So I don't really know at this point what I'm going to be doing. Obviously you will, because the thumbnail will be what they look like. So well done. You know more than me at this point. But, well, obviously you won't by the time I'm watching it because it's uploaded and I know, but you know what I mean. It's one of those things. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take off this colour. I'm going to use the... Okay, no, I'm not just going to take off the colour. I am going to file off as much of the product as I can with my e-file, and I'm going to use the purple willow bit to do that, because it's just brilliant at getting it off really, really easily. So I'm going to file this down as thin as I can get it, and then we'll have a look what we're working with, and I'll soak off the last bit because it won't take long by the time I've filed it all down really thin. I'm going to have to not talk through this bit because obviously my e-file is going to make some noise, and so is my dust extractor, but you know, we'll just do a quick like speed up of this bit and then I can talk to you the next step. Okay, so I finished filing. Let me just show you what they look like. Let's give them a quick dust off. So this is what they look like now I've took them down. Obviously we've got a corner missing here. We've got this one is shorter. There is still tip left on there, by the way, so that's what you can see. Well, this one's really, this is the problem with my nails, is the tips of them are not very white or anything. They're not very coloured. Like, a lot of the time they are just completely see-through. So I can never really tell whether it's a tip or my nail. But at the moment they are very flimsy, which is an absolutely direct result of me brutally attacking them since I was 10. That sounds really bad, but you know, I've been doing my own nails for a long time, and unfortunately I don't put half of the effort and care into my own nails as I do other people's. Don't worry, my clients' nails are not the same state as mine. They are all very healthy and looked after. But yeah, they're not in a great way. So I'm gonna wait and see, like when it's all soaked off and I know there's no acrylic on there, and whatever's left is absolutely 100% my nail, I will see what they look like. I probably will paint my natural nails and then probably regret it not that long after. So you'll probably get 2 watch me works, like doing my own nails videos this month, because I will hate them after a while. But it's very rare. Well, I think it's only like once or twice that I've ever done just gel on natural nails on mine for my channel. So I do like to try and mix it up, but I just never have gel. So I'm thinking that even if my nails are, like my natural nails are really short, I might just make them really short anyway, like I just round the corners off a little bit if there's any corners missing and stuff, just to be able to do a gel video. And then if I really do hate them after a while, I can just take the gel off and then do some acrylics, because then at least we get a gel removal video out of it as well. So I think I'm going to do that. So basically I'm just going to soak them for about 6-7 minutes, and then we can scrape off the excess and then have a look at my natural nails and assess what we're going to do next. So this is what my nails look like now. Still a mess, obviously, don't get me wrong, because I haven't prepped them yet, so you've still got bits of all sorts going on. But they will look much better when I have prepped them. So I do automatically, like when I take my nails off, just like buff them and everything straight away. But obviously I keep forgetting that I'm actually doing a video, and I should probably do that on camera for you guys. So first of all, I'm going to go in with my flame bit from Willow Academy. And I'm just going to pull this around the cuticle area. I'm not really bothered about the nail as such with this. I'm just basically wanting to lift my skin from the nail bed. I do go from both sides I do go from one side to the other, but I also do both sides like on a different rotation as well, just to make sure that it is as good as can be. So yeah, I know it looks like I'm not really doing like a very good job on one of the sides, but I will do that one as well. So I'm just going to use this to push my cuticles back, lift it from the nail plate, so it's not going to cause any lifting and stuff. And then obviously I will be shaping and filing the nail plate itself. Let's just get this to actually focus on me, that'd be great. So yeah, I'm not really bothered about using this bit like on the actual nail itself, like I said, because that's what my sanding band job is. It will get all of that off. Obviously this is literally just for the very cuticle area, to make it all nice and neat, so it'd be easier for me to use my nippers as well. I know some people do use their e-file bits to remove the dead skin as well, but I don't. That's like the only thing I don't use my cuticle bits for, is shaping the free edge and dead skin removal. I will go in with a pair of cuticle nippers for that. So once I've done that, I will then flip the rotation of my e-file, and I'll go to the other side, so I'm always pulling the skin like away from it, if that makes any sense. I also use my other finger, like this one here is now pulling this skin here, pulling that down to expose it, so it's much easier for my e-file bit to get in there. Super easy when there's no skin in the way. So always just use the finger next to it to get rid of it. And then that's that. So next, before I shape or anything like that, I'm going to go in with a sanding band. Just off the excess, and then this is what they look like. I do sort of keep on top of my cuticles while I, like in between doing my nails, just because the look of them looks absolutely gross, and obviously when I'm using my hands to work on other people, they can see my nails all the time, and sometimes it's just not a good look. So I do try and sort of keep on top of them. I haven't done them for a little while though, so they're not looking brilliant, but they're not looking also as bad as they could either. So I'm just going in now with a sanding band. This is a 240 grit. I need to put my rotation back the way I need it, and then I'm just going to go right up to those side walls, right up to the cuticle area. Bearing in mind that I haven't cut my cuticles yet. All I've done is basically use my flame bit to push them back, that is all. And then I'm using my sanding band to rough up the surface of the nail. ready for product to adhere. Making sure I'm getting everywhere and I don't miss a single bit. Pulling the skin back as always to reveal those side walls. And then just running the sanding band over. I've got it on low RPMs for this because it's just doing the same job as a natural, like a hand file would do. So if you're not e-file trained, then you can just get a hand file and obviously use that. And still, I would still use a 240 grit. Rough enough to do what it needs to do, but not too rough where it's going to cause problems for the nail plate either, so that's good. I know some people use a 180, but I don't feel the need to do that. I use a 180 to refine product afterwards. I definitely wouldn't use anything lower than a 180, like 150, 100, absolutely not on the natural nail. So once I've done this step, I will then go in and cut the cuticles, mainly because I find this step can sometimes also like lift up some cuticle that needs to be cut away. So instead of cutting them, then doing this and then creating more to cut, I just do this first and then I can get rid of all of it at the same time. So I'm just going to dust off, make sure it's all nice and clean. And then that is when I will go in with my nippers. So this one I'm going to do on camera because you can see it really clearly. So I like to use the top bit of my nipper to almost like pull the skin, like, well not pull, I push the skin with that top bit. And by top bit I mean this one, the top bit of my nipper. Push the skin down with that and then it almost lifts it up and exposes it easier, so then it's much easier for my second blade to get underneath and give a nice crisp cut. So once I've done that, I'm just going to go and do that now on the rest of the nails. I'm going to do it off camera just because obviously you've seen how I do it now. That is it. I'm also just going to cut these bits, just the very surface of that, and then I'm just going to do the rest and then we can come back and shape them. Okay, once I'm happy with all the cutting and that's all done, I'm then just going to get my clippers and I'm going to cut straight across the top of them all first. Okay, so once I've done that, this is what they look like. Pinky's a bit too long. Just going to cut a little bit more off there. Now, if I was going for straight, like proper square nails, this is what they look like. If I was going for proper square nails, I would have used my straight edge clippers, which look like this. These are just some Tweezerman ones. They're brilliant for getting that nice crisp square edge. But because, like I said, I'm going to need to round the corners off a little bit because I'm having builder gel instead of acrylic, I am going for like a rounded sort of square. So I'm just going to go down the side walls. As you can see, there is some missing on this side, so it is going to have to be tapered. If you watched my last video of the nails that I've just taken off, you'll see that I did fix that with acrylic, but obviously I'm not using acrylic this time, so I am just going to taper them in a little bit and then round them off a little. So that's what that one looks like. And then again, I'm just doing the same. So I'm just going to go across the free edge first. I'm being gentle because my nails are not the strongest. I'm just go down the side wall, with the side, again over the middle, over the free edge even, and then I'm just going to round off those corners. And then I'm just going to do that on all 5 all together, and then once I've done that we can move on to application. So I'm going to be using Diamond Glitters Gel Perfection Builder Gel. It is fab stuff, works wonders on my client's nails, so it's about time I treated my nails to some. And then I need to think about what I'm going to put on top. I'm not going to have anything too crazy because I don't tend to on my own nails. And also I've got to do something that is obviously possible to do on my opposite hand, so nothing too difficult and long-winded because it's always frustrating when it takes ages to do your other hand. So it's probably going to be something glittery. I have no idea what colour. I think, to be honest, I'm probably going to go like autumnal colours, because I'm a bit sick of like brighter, lighter colours now. I really like dark and I've missed them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, those are my nails. Let's have a look. Would really help if my phone would focus on them. There we go. So that's what they look like. I'm happy with those. So we're going to go ahead with application now. I'm just looking at my nails from all different angles, just quickly off camera, to make sure that they're all nice and straight and how they should be. And then we can get on with it. So I'm going to be using Super Base, which is a brilliant, like, thicker base coat. It's fab. So I'm going to be using that. So I'm just going to apply that. I always apply it about halfway down first, cover the entire free edge of my nail. Make sure to cap the free edge and the side walls, because they also count. And then once I've done that, I just make sure there's hardly any on my brush, and then that's when I'll just swipe over the edge and use all the excess to do the cuticle area, because then I'm less likely to flood the cuticle. I'm going to get as close as possible without touching, and that is really important, especially when you're going in with builder gel afterwards, because if you get your base coat all over the place, everywhere that your base coat is, your builder gel is going to go as well. So then I also like to cure a couple at a time, so I'll do two. I'll do these two and cure them, those two, cure them, and then the thumb separate, just to save any slipping and sliding around, especially, like I said, when I'm doing builder gel afterwards. My side walls come quite high, not as high as some that I've seen, but also like much higher than others that I've seen, which makes it a little bit more difficult, because it means that my skin is basically in the way, which is annoying. But what I do when I'm doing it like this and I'm leaning on something is I just pull my skin like that on what I'm leaning on, and then I can get right down there. And then the other side, whereas obviously if I was doing it without filming, I'd be holding my hand differently, and I'd do what I did when I was filing. I'd use the nail next to it, the finger next to it, to pull it back out of the way. But obviously I can't do that as well in this position. So I've got some down here, because obviously I've just leant on that side, so I'm just going to make sure that's removed before I go in the lamp. I'm going to cure these two, and I'm going to do the rest of them as well, and then we'll come back for the next step, which will be builder gel. Okay, so it's a bit frustrating because I'm going to be using, I don't know what is going on with the light in this video, it's not good. I need to put the light like on top of my phone, but then I can't see the screen, so I don't know whether it's focused or not. So you're just gonna have to bear with me and hope for the best. But I'm going to be using clear builder gel for this video, which is obviously not ideal because you can't really see it. But it's one of those things, like, I don't really use clear on clients, and I'd rather like use this on myself because I don't really use it that much anyway. Like, it's a full bottle and I've had it like, I don't know, a couple of months now, and I've still not used it at all. So I just think I might as well use this on myself instead of using up the ones that I use on clients. But anyway, that was a really long story for no reason whatsoever. I'm just going to apply this evenly all over. I'm not actually going to be building an apex with it for these nails, because my nails are really short and I don't really want a lot of strength. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't want like a lot of strength, because when my nails are like rock hard, that is when I tend to mess up with builder gel nails, because I start picking and I end up peeling my natural nail away from the builder gel on the corners and stuff like that, like on purpose, because I am a nightmare. But yeah, I don't want to give myself the opportunity to do that, so I am quite literally just having the thinnest amount. I'm really sorry if you can hear a dog barking. I can't do anything about it because it's not mine. But yeah, so I don't want it to like tempt me to mess them up basically, so I am literally just going to be doing the thinnest layer, but hopefully that will be enough. Obviously if I have them on for a few days and realise that they're super thin and it's not really enough, then I will be able to just buff off the colour and add some more builder, but I'm going to try and cope with just a thin layer of builder gel, just so my nail has still got a bit of flexibility, because when they're false I don't want flexibility, but when it's my natural nail it just seems to work better for me if they have a little bit, so that is what I'm going for. But yeah, that was a really long explanation for something that wasn't really meant to be. So as you can see from the side profile, there's really not a lot on there. I'm going to pop these in the lamp now because I do that the same way, and then I'll finish the rest of them and then we'll figure out what I'm going to put on top of them. Okay, I've decided on my colours, so I finished applying the builder. This is what they look like, obviously just clear, nothing exciting at all, but I'm going to go with these two, like a berry and a black glitter. And I'm going to have a little bit of black, what's it called as well? So this one's called Poison Berry, stamping, that's what I was trying to think of. And this is called Raven. So I'm going to have Poison Berry on this one, and this one. And then these two Raven, and then this one with a little bit of black stamping, just to bring it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and paint those base colours on. So like I said, I'm going middle, thumb and pinky for the berry colour, and then the other two will be the black glitter. And then I'm going to have a very, very small amount of stamping on the middle nail, just something really diddy. I will show you the plate in a second. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to use from the plate, but I know which plate I'm using, so that's narrowed it down quite a lot. I definitely wanted, like, I knew that I wanted black, but I also wanted berry. Not once did I actually think I'd have both. I was trying to toy up which one I wanted, but then I just thought, you know what, I actually, I can't make this decision, so I'm going to have both, because it's taken me a long time to decide and I was getting really fed up. I mean, it wasn't taking that long, but it was taking me longer than I wanted it to. So yeah, I've gone with both instead of choosing just the one. So I'm going to just do the base colour on all of them. I'm going to speed it up because I'm well aware that this video is going to be quite long. So I'm going to do that and speed it up, and then we can come back for a little bit of stamping. Okay, so my arm is just crossing over me at the moment because it's still in the lamp, but this is the plate that I'm going to be using. Just ignore the fact that I haven't actually cleaned it yet. So I'm in two minds about whether to use this bit here, and I'm going across the nail, this bit here, but like upside down, so this bit is going downwards on my nail, or have this here, just in the middle, because I really like that. I think that's really cute, so I might do something like that. I just want something really minimal. I don't want to take away from like the glittery black and the colour and stuff, because I really love how they look, which obviously I will show you in a minute. So I do think I'm probably going to go for this one here, just because it is really minimal. It's not going to take up loads of space, and you're still going to be able to see the colour and stuff. So I think I'm going to do that on the middle nail. I'm going to use Moira's black stamping polish. This stuff is brilliant. It's so pigmented. And I'm also going to be using a Moira stamper. This is my favourite one ever. So yeah, let's get going. This is what they look like, by the way. I am just quickly going to top coat the black. I'm actually going to top coat the black with a glitter top coat, because you can never have too much glitter, and I could do with it being just a little bit more glittery. So I'm just going to go over the black with the Fairy Lights top coat from Diamond Glitters. It's just got a lovely little amount of glitter in it. It's like the perfect amount of glitter, so anyone that doesn't really like glitter but would like a bit of sparkle in their colour, this is the perfect top coat. It's beautiful. Obviously you can't really see it on this colour because this is already a glittery colour anyway, but it's a no wipe top coat, so it saves the middleman. Instead of having glitter and then having to top coat, this does both in one, which is just fab. I'm just going to do that real quick. I'm going to top coat the other two, so these two, the middle, no, not the middle, the little finger and thumbnail. I'm just going to quickly top coat, and then we can just focus on the stamping on the middle nail. Okay, so here's what they look like at the moment. Obviously we need to do the stamping on the middle nail. So I've got my plate, I'm just going to wipe over with some acetone to make sure that it's nice and clean, that the image that I'm using. I'm just going to go over that. I'll go over it with my finger as well, just to make sure that any like little bits of dust or hair or anything like that is completely out of the way. And then I'm just going to apply a bit of polish onto the plate. I don't know what is wrong with me today. Wipe off any excess, pick up the image, make sure that any bits around it are out of the way. And then I'm just going to go straight in and apply to this middle nail. I have removed the tacky layer from my nail because one, the polishes seem to work better when there's no sticky layer there, and two, mainly because when it comes to top coating, it's really easy for like bits of fluff and stuff to get stuck on your stamper and then get stuck on the tacky layer of your nail. So when it comes to top coating, your top coat can go really bubbly because there's stuff underneath it. So yeah, I just find having a nice clean slate that has no tacky layer or anything on it much better to apply my stamping to. And then I'm going to go in with Super Gloss, which is a much thicker top coat than Diamond Gloss. I'm going to use that because then it'll be really, really good to encapsulate properly that stamped image. I'm just going over the top with some Super Gloss. Make sure I get it right up to the side walls, both sides. Really make sure that you've like encapsulated that stamping. You can also base coat and then top coat, or do a tacky layer top coat and then a no wipe top coat on top of stamping. But either way, I like to have a thicker layer over stamping than I do every other nail. Especially with this job, because I do file my nails by accident quite a lot, so I can easily file off one thin layer of top coat. So if there's two layers there or something, it's much more protected. I'm just going to remove this bit down this side wall. Make sure everywhere is nice and evenly covered, and then once I've done that, I'm just going to look at it from all angles. I'm basically checking the line of light. So here down this corner you can see that it's not smooth because the light isn't reflecting well. So I'm just going to take it from the cuticle to free edge again, just to really make sure that there's nothing there in the corner, like any hair or anything on the nail, and it's nice and smooth. And then I can go around the whole nail again and have another look. All looks really good, and then I like to just let it sit for like say 30 seconds just to give the top coat time to self-level and just get nice and smooth. If there is any little tiny lumps and bumps, they can just even themselves out. Then once I've done that, I will put it straight in the lamp. But I'm really happy with how this set turned out. It's super easy and really simple obviously, but I still like it. It's going to be really easy to do on my other hand as well, which is the main thing I'm thinking of. But yeah, once this has been in the lamp, I will put a bit of cuticle oil on, give them a quick shape. Nothing too crazy, obviously, because I've capped the free edge and I don't want to ruin that. But yeah, and then we can have a look what they look like. So this is it. My nails are now done. Obviously just one hand, but that's always the way it goes. I will do the other hand eventually. But yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out actually. I love the sparkly black and I absolutely love the berry colour, so I'm really, really happy. I hope you like them as much as I do. Obviously it's not very often I have just my natural nails, so that's new for me, but here we are. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I apologise for how long it has turned out. I haven't actually edited it obviously, but I just know it's going to be long, so apologies for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!